Imagine a game where you can't jump. That's just mental. Whoever heard of a game where you can't jump? That's preposterous. Well, this is what V is about. That's right, V. V is one of the many epic games, not actually the first one, but will be the first to be mentioned in this channel, by the brilliant Terry Kavanagh. And that's also right, you can't jump in this game, for the main gimmick is that you can simply flip the gravity around you. Instead of jumping to get over the spikes, you flip yourself to get over the spikes. It's really easy, just at the beginning, because obviously there are going to be lots and lots of intricate puzzles that require lots of precision and thought. The story of V begins when our beloved Viridian, the captain of the spaceship, has an accidental crash on his way home. This causes him and the other crewmates to get lost in a dimension, unbeknownst to our very valiant voyagers. It is now up to Viridian to find all the lost crewmates and return home. And this is when the game really opens up, as you quickly learn how flipping gravity is going to be the core mechanic of the entire game. You'll also discover a bunch of shiny trinkets around the unknown dimension that you can collect, which could probably unlock something at the end of the game. Probably. Eventually you'll find a first lost crewmate, Dr. Violet, who will bring you back to the laboratory of the crashed spaceship. She will give you help to locate yourself using a map and find high energy areas where the portals are placed in case of getting lost again. From this point onwards, there's not really any order to where you need to go or who you need to save. You are completely free to explore the unknown dimension to your liking. So in this case, I'm going to talk about the many key areas of Dimension V and the lost crewmates in each of those areas, ordered by my most preferred ones. I think it's important to mention that each key area is highlighted with a different color in the map, hinting which of the crewmates is located in which area. Another note, you can find various portals and trinkets in and out of the key areas, so I will not talk about the outside parts of the dimension. First, there's the green area. Things are about to change a little bit inside here because now the borders on the levels loop upon themselves. That's right, you can go up and down and even left to right and come back to the same place. Now the paths are a little harder to complete, tighter safe spaces and more spikes than anywhere else, but no worries, as Viridian can do anything. With enough looping through Limbo, you'll meet out just as beloved as anyone else, Chief Verdigris, who, unlike Viridian, cannot change gravity, as it is common knowledge that green dudes can't flip. Next, the red area, called the Tower. It's a step up in the difficulty of the puzzles, as now you need to be constantly moving at the right pace to not lose your legs or your head. And after clearing this crawling nightmare, you will finally be able to rescue Officer Vermilion and bring him back to the screw stranded in a dimension. But not yet, because the portal will malfunction and send Viridian and Vermilion into an unexplored realm outside of Dimension V. A strange realm that is monochrome, unlike the regular colorfulness of Dimension V. The two lost crewmates will have to work together to escape this strange place. Where Viridian goes, his friend goes. That way they can cooperate and finally go back to the spaceship. That was a strangely weird place. Oh, weirdly strange, I don't know. But we're finally back at the spaceship and can continue our mission to save our friends. Coming up is the yellow area, which is actually exactly where Viridian has started his adventure, but he's going to have to take a little detour from the portal at the end and continue with the most basic kinds of obstacles and rescue the actually not very widely recognized Professor Vitellary, who is very crucial to the mission of fixing the spaceship to make it functional again. There's really not much to say about this area other than the fact that it has the hardest trinket to get in the whole game, and I have to admit I used cheats to get that trinket. I know, not very well. but other than that, it's practically the same from the beginning area. However, this portal has another malfunction, and once again, Viridian and the crewmate is trapped in the strange monochrome realm. Man, who even designed these portals? They should be hide again, just to get fired again. Do you think this game was an easy game so far? Well, let me introduce you, the Gravitron. This section is all that a video game masochist could ask for. The objective? It's very simple. You just need to dodge all the unpredictable projectiles and survive for 60 seconds. Pretty sure I heard that from another Terry Kavanagh production. Well, you don't have to worry, there is a checkpoint every 5 seconds, so once you successfully complete the Gravitron, you'll find Vitellary and you'll be able to rescue him back to the spaceship. Okay, I really hope these monochrome dimension shenanigans are over. And lastly, the blue area, my personal favorite. There we get to learn a new mechanic of the game, a set of strings that ricochets out gravity. Much like the ones in the Gravitron, this can prove useful in landing on certain platforms much easier, and also more difficult to avoid the deadly traps. It feels like jumping rope, except you jump on rope directly. Here you'll be able to rescue the crewmate most dependent on you, Dr. Victoria, and send her back to the crew in a broken spaceship. Now we finally got all our friends recruited and safe. But now Viridian is the one missing. Going back to the monochrome realm, we finally find the source of the corruption of the whole world. Once we turn it off, we can finally escape this wretched place. With more scrolling nightmares and rope jumping. And one more final trinket along the way. We finally complete the artistic masterpiece that is V. And with the stability device turned off, which didn't really serve much stability, our friends have finally found Viridian and teleported him back to the spaceship. And now it is sure that everyone is safe and sound. Hooray! And we have decided to wander through the vast and ominous dimension V to fix it once and for all. Overall, I have to say that it was very tricky, but it's worth it. All those trinkets were a big challenge, but they were rewarding, and thus the story ends here. I'd also have to say that it's got some amazing music made by Magnus Palsson, the king of chiptune. And that's really basically it. There's not much else I need to say for this game other than it's great. And I think you should play it if you haven't tried it out yet. And yeah, the next episode, also produced by Terry Kavanagh, Super Hexagon. But that's for another time. I'll see you all in the next one.